Some people get knocked down and they rise once, maybe twice. But then there are these other people. It's like they've mastered this whole art of reinvention, right? They just keep getting back up no matter what the world throws at them. And this isn't about being famous or successful. It's a masterclass in resilience. And it all starts with a feeling that I bet is pretty familiar to a lot of us.
So, where does it start? Well, it begins with all that noise, right? The judgments, the opinions, that feeling like you're living under a microscope and everyone's watching your every move. And then it gets louder. That noise turns into outright ridicule, and suddenly you're second-guessing everything. Your path, your big ideas, maybe even who you are. And maybe the worst part of it all? You're just not taken seriously. People look right through you. They count you out before you've even had a real shot to show them what you're made of. It all just builds up into this deep, frustrating feeling of being totally misunderstood. It's like someone else is telling your story, and you don't even recognize the main character. If any of that rings a bell, well, you're in the right place, because we're going to break down exactly how to rise above all of it. All right, let's get right into it. This is all about turning that pain into real power. We're going to lay out a kind of roadmap for taking all those feelings, being criticized, being misunderstood, and turning them into the rocket fuel for your greatest comeback ever. So, where does a comeback like this even begin? Well, it's not where you think. It's not in the spotlight. There's no big press conference. It actually starts in the quiet, when no one's watching, when there's no applause, and when it feels like nobody even cares. That is where you build your foundation. I love this quote because it basically gives you permission to just start small. You don't need some huge dramatic entrance. So if progress feels slow or if it feels like everyone's ignoring you, that's not just okay, it's actually part of the process. Look, the world isn't going to believe in you until you make it absolutely impossible for them not to. So what's the most important first step? Simple. You just got to begin. And as soon as you begin, you're going to run into this. For sure. But we need to totally reframe what failure even is. It's not the opposite of success. Not at all. It's a key ingredient of success. Think about it like this. You either win or you learn. And if you're always learning, well, then you can't really lose, can you? So don't run from failure. You got to study it. You got to use it. And this is how you start to build that strength. Think about those moments. You know the ones. The ones you try so hard to forget. That mistake you're still ashamed of. The heartbreak, the failure that still kind of haunts you. Those aren't scars you need to hide. No way. They're your signatures. They are proof that you are still in this fight, that you're still learning. They are the marks of a warrior, not a victim. Okay, so you've put in the work, you've built your foundation in the quiet. Now you step out into the arena, and that's when the noise starts. This next part is all about learning to master that noise, the criticism, the judgment, and yeah, especially that feeling of being underestimated. Man, this just says it all, doesn't it? It points to the secret weapon you actually have. See, being underestimated, that's one of the greatest powers you can possibly hold. So let them think you're not capable. Let them think you're not ready. Don't prove anything with your words. Prove everything with your actions. So how do you actually do that? It's all about focusing on the right thing. See, your reputation, that's just what other people say about you. It's temporary, it's flimsy. Honestly, it's just noise. But your character, that's different. Character is what you do. It's forever. It's the real signal. So stop fighting to fix the story people are telling about you. Just fight to build your life. And trust me, the story will rewrite itself. And here's a hard truth you just have to accept. If you choose to grow, if you choose to be ambitious, if you decide to carve out your own path, you will be misunderstood. It's the tax you pay. It's the price of admission for living life on your own terms. Not everyone was given your vision, right? So you can't expect everyone to understand your journey. Okay, this brings us to the final and honestly the most powerful part of this whole thing. We've gone from building that foundation to fighting off the noise. Now it's time to stop reacting and start creating. It's time to become the author of your own story. And at the very heart of writing your own story is this idea of reinvention. But let's be super clear about this. Reinvention isn't a weakness. It's not admitting that the old you was a failure. No, it's a power. It's about shedding the parts of you that just don't serve you anymore. Not so you can become someone totally different, but so you can become more of the authentic, evolved person you were always meant to be. And that legacy you're writing, it's not built on some big stage.
Everyone sees the flashy stuff, the awards, the headlines, the wins, but what they don't see is the work in the shadows. The years of practice, the late nights, the quiet planning, the moments of crushing doubt where you just kept pushing forward. Your legacy is built right now in this moment, even if nobody else sees it yet.
So the big takeaway here is this. You have to stop waiting. Stop waiting for someone to come save you, or for the perfect time, or for approval from the same people who underestimated you to begin with. Come on. Every single day you wake up, you have a choice. You can either continue the story as it's written, or you can pick up the pen and rewrite the entire chapter. I'm telling you, choose to rewrite it. Today, right now.
All right, let's pull all of this together into something you can actually use. A real, actionable guide. A set of core principles you can take with you and start applying to your own life. Let's call it the Fearless Manifesto.
Okay, number 1, turn your pain into power. That thing you went through, the worst thing, it can become the fuel for the best thing that ever happens to you. Number 2, let them underestimate you. Seriously, use their doubt as your secret advantage. 3, build quietly, rise loudly. Do the hard work when no one's watching so your success is just undeniable when you step into the light. 4, reinvent without permission. Don't ever wait for someone to tell you it's okay to evolve. And finally, number 5, become the author. You're holding the pen, you get to decide what happens next.
And really, that's the ultimate point of all of this. You do not need anyone's permission to grow. You don't need it to succeed, and you certainly don't need it to shine. You are enough. You are capable. You are powerful, right here, right now, exactly as you are.
So, I'm just going to leave you with this one question. Think about it. One day, you might look back at this very moment as the day it all changed, the day you decided to stop shrinking and start rising. Your next chapter is waiting for you, and it is going to be your best one yet. So, what's it going to say?